And we should be live. Let's give it a minute until I can see that you guys are here. And here you are. Welcome, guys. So we've got about 10 minutes before to start. We're waiting for everyone to connect. Let us know in the chat where you're tuning from. So I am at Horse Guard Parade. Good. What do you mean by AV, Dr. Benita? Do you mean good average? Oh, good. I don't know, but it's good to know it's good. I think it should be quite decent with this app. Hi Claire, nice to see you here. And Matthew is here. Welcome, Matthew. Yeah, so far I'm very, very happy with Prism. The only thing is that it's sometimes when I swap from front to selfie camera, a bit slow sometimes. And it's also a little bit harder for me to read the chat, but hey ho. And Sam is here. Welcome, Sam. So we've got about, let me check, 9 minutes before to start. So let us know in the chat where you're tuning from. We still have plenty of time. God, with my zippers, I look like I'm sponsored by Superdry. I am not. I didn't even pay for the jacket. I had a flatmate that used to work for them that gave it away last year. But it's everywhere. Here, here, here. I look sponsored. So let us know in the chat where you're tuning from. We still have about 8 minutes. I'm just keeping an eye because I don't want them to close that gate. Because it was closed an hour ago, I don't know why. Because the Ministry of Defense Police, they do whatever they want. Can you see the little black gate there? That leads to 10 Downing Street, where the Prime Minister lives and works. Although Rishi Sunak, I don't think he sleeps there. I don't think he's moved his family here. They live in West London. Very cold in Cardiff. Well, it's very cold here as well. And Tish is here. Welcome, Tish. Nice to see you here. Oh, bear with me. I've got everything a bit tangled here. Just checking, because if it's starting to get busy on the other side, then I want to get in there to save my spot. But I don't think it'll be any busy on January. And Anne is here. Welcome, Anne. 10:15 a.m. for you. Oh, you had some snow. Well, some said that it might snow here this week, but I hope not. It's been very sunny today, but very cold. So we've got, let me check, 7 minutes. It's chilly in Edinburgh. Yeah, I would assume so. If it was any warmer up there, that'd be unfair. So today we're doing Whitehall. I think the band at the military barracks on the other side of the park, they're rehearsing something because I can hear the drums. But we don't know what. Does Prism have a clock? No, it doesn't. That's my little issue, is that, well, it tells me how long I've been live. So I've been live for 4 minutes and 42 seconds. But because I don't know what time I started, it doesn't really help. So that's why I have to check. It's fine, I can just check it manually, but then you'll see my fingers coming along like this. Yeah, there are just a couple of negatives. It's that there's no clock I find that the swapping from front to back is a little slow. It looks like a mini bug, and the chat is not always that easy to read. Did you see Larry the cat? Yeah, for the ones that don't know, so down there at 10 Downing Street, they have a cat. I cannot point it out. Well, there. They have a cat. We change prime minister quite often in this country these days, but the cat stays. I think he's 18 years old. Oh, I've got another friend here. Hello. Hey. Right, let's go and save ourselves a nice spot for the ceremony. I don't want to tell you too much quite yet, because I'm waiting until it's officially time to start. So I'm allowed to walk here, but I wouldn't be allowed to come on a bicycle, unless I was part of if I was part of a royal procession, then I could ride. Maybe not a bicycle, probably more a horse, and I can't ride a horse. But you are allowed to walk. Oh, that's perfect, Triste. Perfect timing. Glad you found us. And my pops is here. Welcome. Right. Face for now. So you might be able to see a soldier already. See him, we still have time. So he's part of the Blues and Royal. Alabama, nice. And he's got a colleague here. So those guys are part of the Royal, the Blues and Royal, the cavalry. I have to be careful not to come on his way, because they have to go for the collision. They'll shout, "Make way for the King's Guard!" and they'll come right into you, because they have to go the way they have to go. Jennifer, no, we've not started yet. We're waiting for everyone to connect. We meant to start at 10:02, so we've got 3 minutes. Exactly, PMs come and go, and Larry's forever. So Larry the cat, he's got his own Instagram and Twitter and all that. And welcome, Laurie. So we're here because we'll have a little ceremony, a punishment ceremony at 4 p.m. But I want to wait until it's officially time to start before to explain anything, because otherwise it wouldn't be fair on the people that are on time and not early. Hi Suzanne, welcome. So the soldiers on foot, they stay for 2 hours, then they are rotated. The one on horseback, it's usually 1 hour. Who's Larry? So Larry is the cat, a cat that lives at 10 Downing Street. He's a bit of a mascot. And he's quite old for a cat. I think, if I remember right, he's 18 years old. Hi Hilary, nice to see you here. Oh, nice to have you live, Amanda. What is the girl? Oh, that's just a little souvenir stand. I can show you what they've got if you want. So you can get yourself a teddy or a plate with Charles. A black taxi cab. That's my car. I used to have this car, not for very long. It died in an accident, but that was my very first car. And the police officers you see in the middle, they are very much gunned up on everything, because this is the Ministry of Defence police. It's not every single police officer in London that has guns on everything. Some of them only have a taser. Cool, they're coming to clear the place. Hopefully I'll be able to stay. He's probably refusing to die. Yeah. He's probably waiting for the perfect prime minister before to go. Right, is it officially time? If it is, yes, it is. It is officially time to start, so welcome everyone. It is 10 to 4 in London, and today is, I always forget to check the date before to tell you, 15th of January 2024. I've realized that through my last tour I actually said 2023, so it is not. We've moved on. It is 2024. So if it's no longer 15th of January when you're watching this, then you might be watching a replay. You love the souvenir shops? Good. So we've got to be, officially we have to be behind the second white line here on the floor, but the thing is, if I go by the second, people are gonna come in front of me, so I'll stay here and I'll move back if they ask me to. So what's gonna happen here, it's called the punishment ceremony. What happened is one day in 1894, Queen Victoria came here and she was not impressed because she could not find the guards. The horse guards are guarding down there in the little box, and she decided, I'm just gonna for a moment because I don't want to be filming kids. I hope they won't come in front of me. Right. Yeah, I don't want to be filming random kids, you know. So, okay, they're off. Good. So Queen Victoria came here 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and she could not find her guards. She was not impressed. She did find them eventually in a pub with some ladies of poor virtue. And she decided that they'll be inspected every day at 4 p.m. for 100 years. It has been 130 years almost now, but we've decided, well, Queen Elizabeth II in 94 decided to keep on the tradition. So it's still happening today. Cool. Here they are. Very good. So at the moment you have 2 soldiers on horseback in those boxes facing the streets there. They've been guarding for the last hour, so they rotate the soldiers as well as the horse every hour. I think it used to be 17 horses always present on the spot, but I don't know if it's still the case because Charles has been changing quite a lot of the rotas and everything. Because, you know, they don't really do that for us, they do that for His Majesty King Charles III. So he's allowed, with the Ministry of Defence, to change whatever he wants. Exactly, she was not amused, Victoria. So she decided they'll be punished. It was meant to be only 100 years, but we like the prompt on the ceremony here, you might have noticed. So they've decided to keep it on. And it was, literally every day at 4. Apart from December, we had about 3 weeks where they were not there at all. So that's really rare. It had not happened. I don't think it had happened any time since I've been here. But they were doing a bit of refurbishment. I don't know where, because I don't see anything different, but hey ho. So it's like a little inspection. to check that they're looking good, that they've not been at the pub, that they are beautiful and definitely not drunk. And that's every day, 4 p.m. As you see, it's not a massively busy event because a lot of people don't even know it's happening. And also, it is January, so finally, London is almost quiet. Almost. It's never really quiet here, but yeah. Hi, Linda. And Sandrine is here. Welcome. And Sarah, about the cookie face. I need to try again on Strangers, yeah, but I think it's again a bit dark here. So I think the app has to have a lot of light to recognize the face. But I will try again. I'm technically stood at the worst spot here because when this soldier comes out, he's coming out of here and he could come right behind me and go, make way for the King's Guard, and it can be a bit scary because they have to go for the collision. Well, to be honest, I have seen a few of them avoiding the kids now because there was a video that went viral on the internet at the Tower of London. So one of the King's Guard, but the red ones, you know, the Coldstream Grenadier, Irish, Scots or Welsh, and there was a kid in the middle. He went make way, boom, the kid didn't move, so he went for the collision, and of course the video went viral on the internet. What time is it? Yeah, they should be starting to get ready very soon. This beautiful building across the street there. I have a flat for you there. And you'll see today, we'll see some interesting rents. I don't even know if I know with those monopolitos we found some very expensive flats to buy, but in terms of rents, I don't know if we've had any more expensive than we're gonna have today. But I shouldn't say too much. Linda's in the house. Woohoo! So we've got two different regiments that do the horse guards. It's the Blues and Royal, so those are the ones today, and the Life Guards. The Life Guards, you might know one of them if you know the singer James Blunt. You beautiful, it's true. Before to be a professional artist, well, he was one of them. So that's why sometimes you see video on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, people that try to make them smile, and they go to them and they start singing, you beautiful, it's true, to see if they crack a smile. If, you know, they're not allowed to have a full-on conversation with you, but if you annoy them, they are allowed to shout at you. And although they're not meant to be allowed to talk, I had one that kind of said yes to me with his head a few weeks ago. I didn't expect it. I had a customer trying to take a photo with the horse, and she said to me, can I pet the horse? Oh, here he comes. And I said, oh, it depends on the soldier. I looked at him, I didn't expect an answer, but he actually said yes with his head, which is really rare. Anyway, I'm gonna zip it for now because it's starting. So you may or may not notice, but they have ladies as well. The uniforms are not very girly, of course, so it's hard to spot them, but they do. Good thing we came here early, because look, those people are locked outside now. Ah, the duty inspector is a lady. Yeah, the horses are beautiful. They're quite tall as well. Black Irish, I think they are. No, Dr. Benita, this is not the changing of the guards. This is known as the punishment parade or the punishment ceremony. It's every day at 4 p.m. It is a little inspection. Welcome, herbivore. Kaiser Wilhelm's hat, yes, that's what it looks like. So they're basically going to each soldier to check that they look okay. So for the ones that missed it, it's because they were caught one day about 130 years ago at the pub at 4 p.m. So that's why Queen Victoria decided to punish them. It was meant to be for 100 years, but we decided to keep the tradition. Good morning, Luan. Yes, they probably will have a cup of tea now. Dr. Benita, no. And actually, once they had very dirty gloves, and the inspector didn't say anything. Oops, what did I do? Well done. They're being clapped. That's new. Oops. Yeah, it's probably not very easy to walk with the spurs and well, everything really. It's probably quite heavy. Anyway, that was quite funny. I think some of those tourists probably believed I was some kind of official because I had like over 10 meters for myself. That's really rare. Usually people are stuck to you over here, and they left me so much space I could move around. That's interesting. Americans probably clapped. Oh yeah, it could be anybody. Actually, this month it's probably the month with the less Americans we've got. We've got quite a few Australians because it's summer holidays for them, but far less Americans than we have in the summer. So they still have to bring the one on foot, they still have to go back. I have the power, yeah. So they're going to go and release the last one there. And that's gonna be it. They're gonna be able to go back into the stables. Yep. Perfect. And that's it. They are off for the day. Right, and so are we. Let's go down into Whitehall. And before we go much further, let me show you the Horse Guard building. So this was, it was like the head office of the army at some point, not so much anymore. But if I zoom into the clock up there, see there's a dark spot at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. That is to remember the dark hour at which we killed our king, Charles I. His execution was right here across the street on Whitehall, a January morning in 1649. So across the street there, this is the banqueting house. It's the last remaining part of the Palace of Whitehall that stood here. So this is the very spot where Charles I was executed. And if you went a bit further down the street, you'll find on this side 10 Downing Street. You see Big Ben in the distance. See the tower? That's Big Ben. Although I shouldn't call it Big Ben, because as most of you might know by now, Big Ben is not the name of the tower. The tower is the Tower Elizabeth. They've renamed it in 2012 because of the second tower, that is the Tower Victoria. So now we have our two longest reigning monarchs on the building of Parliament. And it was never called Big Ben anyway. It was called the Tower Saint-Stéphane of the Clock. Big Ben is the name of the bell inside. Big Ben is rarely the official name for anything anyway. So today is a Monopoly tour. We are on Whitehall. It's one of the expensive places on the Monopoly board. I'll show you. This is the one. Oops, is it focusing? Yes. And as usual, I've got a few flats for you. And it's going to be even better with this app because I can actually show you the photos in on the screen. So right across the street, this building is known as the WOWO, the Old War Office. It was in refurbishment for 6 years. They've just finished it. So you have inside a luxury hotel, a spa, I think three bars and a restaurant and some flats. the flat we're looking at today is gonna be a rental. But when they sold, I think they were selling for about 5 million, to give you an idea. So let me show you the images and how much would you pay for a monthly rent in here. So it is a 2-bedroom, if I remember right. I'm gonna double check that for you. Let me show you a second one. There we go. So 2-bedroom flat in this beautiful building that has just reopened. What's the hotel name? It's called the Raffles, I think, or Raffles, I think. And it is, let me double check that it is 2 bedrooms. Yeah. Ooh, 2,800 says Jennifer. I can tell you it's a little bit more. Any more guesses? So we're looking for a monthly rent. 4,000, a little bit more, guys, a little bit more. I think you're gonna have a shock with this one. Ronelin 4 as well. A lot of you are on 4K. Much more, guys, much more. 7K says Laurie. Much more. 8 says Tish. Much more, guys, much more. Let me check because I didn't actually. Yeah, Raffles. $12K says Laurie. And guess what? More. The kids are going crazy. Cynthia, 51. Oh no, 5. No, more. Right, let me show you the answer. 11 says Nick, Laurie says 18. 2 million a month. No, well, you know what, actually Laurie, you're the closest so far. Let me show you the answer. I'll delete those images and let me show you. Ta-da! 34,000 a month. How about that? So yeah, I don't know who's got this type of cash. I never actually meet those people. I don't know where they're hiding, but yeah, how about 34,000 for a monthly rent? Anyway, let me remove the image. So we're now gonna take a right here on Whitehall Place. The name Whitehall, by the way, it comes from the palace. So we used to have a massive palace here, huge, the largest palace in Europe at the time. It used to be known as York Place at the time of, well, it's Cardinal Wolsey. You might have heard of him. He worked with Henry VIII. And Henry VIII confiscated it from him. So it then rebranded from York Place to Whitehall. And it was a huge palace. It was going all the way down from Trafalgar Square to the Houses of Parliament. Today, most of the buildings are actually belong to the Ministry of Defense mainly. But yeah, at the time it was a royal palace. Henry VIII, he had many palaces. Some of them he inherited, some of them he confiscated. At the time of his death, he had 55, if I remember right. And this was the site of Scotland Yard, so the headquarters of the police. Now, some of you might ask me, why is the police in London named after Scotland? That's odd. This is because back in the days, before the Act of Union of 1707, Scotland being a different country, we were already sharing a crown and everything, but being a different country, it had to have an embassy here. So this was the very site of the Scottish embassy. And because it belonged at some point to Scotland, when the police moved here, they called it Scotland Yard. So that's why. Anyway, get ready for another expensive one. So this building here, it's actually the full block. It belongs to the Corinthia Hotel, another luxurious hotel. And there's a flat here. I'll show you the photos. Let me double check if it's 2 bedroom. or 3 before to guess. Yes, 2-bedroom. That's gonna be an easy one. How much would you pay for a 2-bedroom right here in this beautiful building? It's the Corinthia Residences. It belongs to the Corinthia Hotel. So 2-bedroom monthly rent. We're looking for a monthly rent. The Corinthia Hotel, by the way, it's a building that's full of history. It used to be governmental, but today it's actually partially owned by the Libyan government. So you think you're going to a very British establishment when, well, it's owned by a company, but the shareholders are the Libyan government and a Dubai hotel company as well. 30,000, said Amanda. So far, you're the closest. 28, says Laurie. Mike says 28. Well, let me show you. Ta-da! Oh, I forgot I was going to show you on the... Well, never mind. Ta-da! 34. Again, you know, why not? If you've got this type of money, why not? So yeah, this is the Corinthia residence here on the, I'm going to cross over so you get a better view. So this is the Corinthia Hotel. To give you an idea, we're talking about 700 a night for a room here. And you do see sometimes they have celebrities, sometimes they, because I often go through here on in-person tours, and sometimes you have the barriers, you know, with the fans and the photographs, and I never recognize anyone because there's no such thing as celebrity today. Everyone is micro celebrities everywhere. And I have another flat for you in the same building somewhere. It's also part of the Corinthia Residences, but it's 1 more bedroom. Let me double check. I think it's 3 bedrooms, but I don't want to say anything wrong. Oops. Hold on. My fingers are a bit frozen. Where are we? I know. It's 2 bedrooms as well. Right. Let me show you the images. This one is just, the price is just ridiculous. Where are we? There we go. So, another 2 bedrooms. It must be nicer because it's a little bit more expensive. How much would you pay monthly? So, you know, it's in the same building, so it's part of the Corinthia as well. We're looking for a very high monthly rent. I think it's officially the highest rent I've ever seen since doing those Monopoly tours. But do start guessing. So 2 bedroom monthly rent in this beautiful building. 42. The Corinthia, by the way, is very much associated with spies as well. 48, says Ronelyn. 53, says Linda. Laurie, you know what? I think you're spot on. Oh, it might be 62. Let me check. But Laurie, I think you're the closest one so far. Let me show you the answer. Ta-da! 60,000 quid a month. This is just madness. But yeah. So if you are interested, let me know. I can probably ask them for a little commission. Anyway, oops. There we go. So yeah, the Corinthia. The full building was well, it used to be a hotel and then it became governmental. It was acquired by the Ministry of Defense. Well, it belonged to the Crown Estate at that point. And through World War II, in room 424, that's where they set up the MI9, so the spies. So, you know, we talked about some of the amazing Special Operation Executive Agent in some of my tours, the SEO. Well, this is where they would have started. Some of them would have been interviewed here. And eventually, in 2007, that's when the building was sold for 130 million. And I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Red Sparrow, 2018, I think it was. It's been filmed in here, inside and outside, but I've not seen it. And behind me, this is part of the Royal Household Hotel, also linked to spy connections. You might know a chap called Manfield Cunming. We talked about him. When did we talk about him? Oh, in Vauxhall. He's basically the gentleman that started the secret services as we know them today. He had a wooden leg, and he lived here and he worked here in the Horse Guards Hotel. And when he was recruiting spies, he would grab a knife from the table, stab his leg, and if the interviewee did not react too much, he was a good recruit. He had a wooden leg anyway, so it didn't matter if he stabbed his leg, but obviously people didn't know. And this is a monument for the tank division. At the time the tanks were quite new, a new form of warfare. Anyway, let's go back on Whitehall. Do we have any Harry Potter fans? I think Linda is here, so we've got at least one. Any more? Let me know in the chat if you happen to be a Harry Potter fan. Most of the Harry Potter movies, they have been filmed in the studios in Watford, but there are a few spots in London that have been used. And in the movies, the Ministry of Magic, it's quite clear that it is the Ministry of Defense. That is to my left on there. The Ministry of Defense, it's a building that we call the Iceberg because they are far more. Oh, good. Suddenly, I guess all you, me. Yes, I was wondering. I was like, no Harry Potter fans. That's odd. So yeah, it's quite clear that in the imagination of J.K. Rowling, it's the Ministry of Magic is the Ministry of Defense, and in the movies, there are some scenes that are set here. Well, they're meant to go into the Ministry of Magic, but they're actually filmed around here. And this very gate here, I know it looks like a classic gate today, but would you believe every day you have at least 30 Harry Potter tours that come to look at this very gate? Because there is one scene where they have to go into the Ministry of Magic, and Ron cannot, they cannot go with their own identities. So Ron is here, right here, with his hand like this, is looking over like this because he wants to kidnap a lady, because he wants to take they want to take their identity for the ministry. Let me show you the image. There it is. So there we are, exactly where Ron was waiting to kidnap a lady. I'll remove it so you can see again. There you go. And on the street here, this, by the way, it's a members club there for a civil servant. Some of my colleagues are members. Because would you believe there are a few tour guides that used to be police officers. Anyway, across the street here, that's in the movie they actually placed a fake arch, the same as this one here. Well, the same style at least. They did a digital one here, and in the corner here there was a fake telephone box. Let me show you. I've got an image. So this is actually here. So the phone box is fake and the arch is fake. And they go into the fun box. Oh, there we go. Harry Potter tours behind me. So yeah, all day you see a lot of Harry Potter tours. This one is in Spanish, but you have French, you have English. It's all day, every day. It's become such a source of income for the country. Right. So yeah, then they go into the fun box, and they actually, the numbers they ring, it actually spells magic. And then they go into the ministry. Perfect timing. Well, they're here every 10 minutes, Tish. Every 10 minutes you have a new Harry Potter tour coming through. And the Spanish guys, they always have a mic. When Spanish people are usually quite loud anyway, but they always have a microphone. There's a beautiful restaurant and hotel there now. Anyway, let's go back on Whitehall, and we'll end up looking at Trafalgar Square. I don't want to tell you too much about Trafalgar Square because it is, of course, another Monopoly location. Yep, I'll cross over. So yeah, the Palace of Whitehall that used to be on the site here, it was very important at the time of Henry VIII. He actually died here, Henry. He also, it is said that he married here secretly with Anne Boleyn before the official wedding. No, most of the time they are not dressed up in Harry Potter clothes at all. They often have a scarf, but that's it, a Harry Potter scarf. Talking about Harry Potter, there's I can show you when we cross over. There's a magic shop here as well. And if you have good eyes, when the light goes green, you'll see the light is gonna be slightly unusual. I can try to zoom in, but I don't know if you'll see much. Should I go? Yes, let's do this. This way you'll have a better view. So yeah, the little green men should be slightly different. Oh, you meant the audience. I thought you meant the guide. Yeah, I didn't really look at the audience. So yeah, you'll see the little red man when it goes green. I think this one is the lesbian sign, if I remember right, but let's check. That was for Pride 2016. They changed all the red light around here. And that was meant to be only for Pride, but we decided to keep it. Oh no, that's the two little men holding hands. I think it's behind me, the lesbians then. So that's really cute. It wasn't meant to last, but we decided to keep it. Anyway, let me zoom out of here. I have another flat for you right here in this red brick building. Let me get the photo out. Where is it? That's the one. So this one is gonna be to buy, and I think I'll double check so I don't say anything wrong, but I think we're talking 2 bedrooms to buy. And again, it is a leasehold. Remember, we talked about that in some of my tours before. You don't really buy forever, leaving it for your grandchildren. The lease here is 100 years. So yeah, 2 bedroom to buy in this one here, just above us. How much would you pay for a 2 bedroom to buy here? And it's not too bad. Well, not that I can afford it, but 12 million says Mike, 1.2 says Jennifer, 1.2 says Rose. Let's see if I get any more guesses. 2.7 says Tish. Ooh, Tish, you're very, very close. 2.3 says Laurie. You are as close as Tish, really. You are a proper fan. Oh no, leasehold, well, technically, yes. If the lease is not, because if you don't have much on the lease, yeah, then it would be cheaper. But most of the leasehold are in Westminster anyway, so they are more expensive than the accommodations outside. Well, you guys have done quite well on this one. Let me show you the answer. There we go. So 2,500,000. To be honest, for the area, it's not too bad. It is, of course, a lot of money, but it's not, that bad. And we can, let me remove the photo. Oops. Sorry, I've got the photo stuck here because, there we go. Ah, no, go! There we go. And we can tell for sure that we are in Westminster because we've got the golden W and the double C on the pillars. So you know that you are in the city of Westminster. You might wonder why Coco Chanel. It's not Coco Chanel. The proportions are a little bit different. But the Duke of Westminster did have an affair with Coco Chanel. And when the little logo appeared on all the pillars, everyone believed it was some kind of a souvenir of their affair. Officially, it is not true. The double C is City Council. Laurie is asking, so yes, we are in Whitehall. So today when we say Whitehall, usually we refer to government, because a lot of the buildings here are or used to be governmental buildings. The street is called Whitehall. Well, it is now. At the time of Henry VIII, it was called King Street. Oh yeah, the Cavendish Arms. It's a decent pub. The food is quite nice. Yeah. And this is, of course, Nelson on top of his column here. So Trafalgar Square is the official centre of London. If, let's say, you went to Nottingham and you saw a sign that says London 222 miles, it would be calculated from right here. Just behind the king on his horse there, you have a little plaque, and that's where it is. Let me show you the bank. Drummond's, that's a bank, quite old as you can see, and they used to have a drive-through at the back. You can actually still see where the drive-through was. So probably the only bank with a drive-through. So you could come on your, you could come on your horse carriage or and do your banking through the window. So the king on his horse there, that's Charles I. We talked about that statue before, but it was basically meant to be melted. When the king was executed down there where we were earlier, the statue was taken to a chap that lived in Spitalfields, and he was meant to melt it away because, of course, the king was a traitor and he was dead. And the guy took the statue, he melted it, and he sold little statuettes to people, pretending that it came from the melted down statue of the king. He made a fortune, and when Charles II reclaimed the throne, he came back, and then the guy went to see the king and he was like, hey, I've got a statue of your dad in my back garden. Would you like to buy it from me? And the king said yes. So he made another fortune. This one is the lesbian sign here. Let me show you. So that's quite cool. And yeah, if you want to have a laugh, Google the complaints. Westminster Council has received a lot of complaints about those traffic lights, and some of them are hilarious. And especially for you, Linda, we can go and have a quick look at the magical shop there. We used to have one Harry Potter shop in King's Cross. Now they're popping up everywhere. This is not officially Harry Potter, it's everything to do with magics. But now I think I know 7 now. They're just every other shop is now a magic shop in London. Yeah, there was one in Leicester Square, so that was the second one. Now there's one towards Piccadilly. There's another one just up there on Charing Cross Road, literally 300 yards from this one. And I've seen another one the other day that was new as well. I don't know where. I think they are, yeah. But I think a lot of people now kind of associate London with Harry Potter. I have had some customers that don't even like Harry Potter, have not even seen the movies, but somehow they feel like they have to do or see something Harry Potter connected or related through their trip to London. Otherwise, it's not really London. So let's see who we've got. Oh, that's Harry there. We've got Star Wars and Groot. I only know who Groot is because I got my nephew a Groot for Christmas. I actually didn't know it was Star Wars. I thought it was a friend of Spider-Man because it's Marvel, isn't it? So you see, I'm not very good. This is a nice mug. Cool. Let's go down to see one more accommodation. Oh, did you see your broomstick? Good. So it's beautiful at this time with the National Galleries in the background. So this is Trafalgar Square. We won't stay too long over here because, of course, it is another Monopoly location. Oh. So yeah, we'll be back here eventually. It's gonna be hard to find properties here, but again, they'll probably be very expensive. Now, this is Northumberland Avenue, named after Northumberland House, and it is also on the Monopoly board. So again, I shouldn't tell you too much because we'll probably be back here soon. And I have, well, just so you know, this ad, I found it a little bit dodgy. So I'm not 100% sure all the photos are real. So the next accommodation, there are actually 3. They were available for the beginning of this month. They are en-suites in a shared accommodation. So we're talking 1 bedroom with a little toilet. Sometimes they call it an en-suite even when you don't have a shower. Having your own toilet, like I'm in an en-suite, but I don't have my own shower. And so you have to share the kitchen, probably with quite a few. It didn't say how many. Oh, I've missed something in the chat. So yeah, so how much would you pay for 1 en-suite? I'll show you the photos. It's actually, there are 3 different that are available. So I'll just show you 2 different ones. One looks nicer than the other, to be honest. Hold on. Sorry, my fingers are frozen, so the touchscreen doesn't work very well. Up. I will manage. No, it doesn't want to. Oh, there we go. So yeah, en-suite, sharing the bathroom or at least the kitchen with quite a few others. I'll get you to the door. I think it's this one here. Yeah. Monthly. Yeah, a monthly rent. And bear in mind, it is only available for students. I have a feeling they're targeting Chinese students because some of the things were written in Chinese. So, oh, Jennifer, you're quite close. It's yeah, only for students, and I think they are on the first floor here because they are the only windows that would match what I've seen. Amanda, yes, you're quite close. So let me show you the answer. I'm gonna remove those photos. Up. And where is it? So that's weekly. 320 weekly, so that's 1,400 something monthly. So you guys were really good on this one. And to be honest, for this area, it's not much. Linda, well done, quite spot on. It's just above 1,400. So yeah, if you fancy being a student in central London, that's what you'd need to pay to live just here. It is very convenient though. If you want to go out, like, you know, if you want to go to Soho for a drink or anything, it is, you know, just a few minutes walk. So that's quite amazing, really. Yeah, not bad at all. But to be fair, I'm not sure. There were a few things because on the ad, 2 of the pin drops were here, and 1 was a bit further down in a completely different building. And like, it doesn't make sense, you know. And one of them looked much nicer than the 2 others, and they were at the same price. So there might be something a little bit misleading with the ads. Anyway, it's gonna be the end of the tour. Would they put them out if they graduated? Well, I don't know, Linda. I would assume so because they do say student only, but we never know. We never know. Anyway, let me show again, and let me know if you have any questions before we go. If not, thank you very much for coming today. It's always a pleasure to have you on board. And if any of you dropped me a little tip on PayPal or buy me a coffee, you're very much appreciated. The chat is sometimes the chat comes in a big bunch of messages with this app. I don't know why. Yeah, we have the LSE in Holborn, and yeah, thank you Tish, thanks Sandrine, thanks Linda. Cool. Thank you guys. I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna let you go. Have a good evening, a good morning, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are in the world, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye. The next one is not scheduled yet, Linda. I'm not sure. Right, see you later.